Do not be silent by people who don't know your story. One of the greatest struggles we face in life is not always the battle itself, but the voice that surrounds us while we are in the battle. Voices that speak without understanding. Voices that judge without knowledge. Voices that try to define us without knowing where God has brought us from. Many people see where you are today, but they don't know where you started. They see your smile, but they don't know the tears behind it. They see you worship, but they don't know the pain that pushed you to your knees. They see your faith, but they don't know the storms you survived. And yet, these are the same people who try to silence you. The Bible introduces us to a man called Bartimaeus. He was blind and sitting by the Lord's side begging. This is all the crowd saw. They saw a blind beggar, but they did not see a man with hope. They saw his condition, but they did not know his story. They did not know how long he had waited for a miracle. They did not know how many times he had cried in the dark. They did not know how desperate he was for a change. One day, Bartimaeus heard that Jesus was passing by. He could not see him, but he could hear. And faith was born in his heart. Out of desperation and hope, he lifted his voice and cried out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Immediately, the crowd rebuked him. They told him to be quiet. They tried to silence him, not because he was loud, but because his cry made them uncomfortable. You see, when someone cries out in faith, it exposes the emptiness of those who are silent. This is where many people fail. They hear the voices, they feel the pressure, they allow discouragement, shame, and fear to shut them down. But Bartimaeus did something different. The Bible says he cried out even louder. He refused to allow people who don't know how his pain, people who did not know his pain, to control his praise. He refused to allow opinions to overpower his faith. He refused to allow rejection to silence his hope. And this is a word for someone today. Do not get quieter when opposition rises. Lift your voice higher. Because when Bartimaeus cried out, something powerful happened. The Bible says Jesus stood still. Out of the crowd, out of the noise, Jesus stopped because of one desperate cry. Heaven paused because one man refused to be silent. Jesus then said, "Call him." And suddenly, the same people who had silenced him were now encouraging him. What changed? God stepped in. When God decided to answer you, the voice allowed you lose their authority. Bartimaeus drew aside his cloak, jumped up, and came to Jesus. That cloak represented his old life, his identity as a beggar. And when Jesus asked him what he wanted, he said, "Rabbi, I want to see." Jesus healed him instantly. The man who came in blind left seeing. The man who came crying left rejoicing. The man who sat by the Lord's side walked away following Jesus. Beloved, your story is not finished. Your voice is not useless. Your testimony is not small. Do not be silenced by people who don't know your journey. Cry out, pray boldly, worship freely, testify without fear. Because the same Jesus who stopped for Bartimaeus is still passing by today. And when you refuse to be silent, he will stop for you to praise the name of living God.